Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call halal, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah, Kodash. I want to send double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone. I want to send much peace, love, salutations to Yakim out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and sincerity and truth. This is brother Ariala. This is just a quick lesson, man. I was watching this one video, man, and it's just highlighting how the glamour and the glitz of America is destroyed. You know, this place is getting ready to fall. People are starting to look down on America, you know, like it talks about in the book of Obadiah, that they were going to be small. They're going to, you know, amongst the heathen. And we're having this, man. You know, this place used to be known as the, you know, just the place where you go and you can, you know, fulfill your dreams and hopes, the American dream, right? But now people are starting to see, these other nations that come here are starting to see this ain't it, you know. This is a crumbling, failing experiment that the spiritual demon Satan led, and it's just through. You know, there's no, you know, it says here in Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's all we see. We just see mourning. We just see people frustrated, hurt, through, you know, and just all over the place, man. This government shutdown put people in an even worse position, you know, and people are starting to leave America. Point blank, period. They're making money online, or they got you know, jobs where they can work from home. What they do is they get them a portable Wi-Fi that can basically link, you know, to Starlink or whatever internet all across the world. And they get the hell up out of here. But they make American wages, but they live elsewhere because this place is trash, right? So I'm gonna play a little bit of this video, man. I thought it was interesting and funny. This Hamite is, I don't know, he might be a Hamite, he might be a Jake, I don't know, but just how it's just highlighting how this place is. Okay.
Yeah, listen, I don't care what anybody says. If I have the chance, I'm going back to Africa. I'm not going to stay in the United States. If I had that choice to go back to Africa right now, I'm going back to Africa. America is not a great place. It's not a great place to live. Never. America is a very lonely country. How you stay in a neighborhood where you don't even see your neighbors?
And, you know, I can't tell, but it looks like he's in a decent, average suburban neighborhood. And he's right. I remember as a kid, you talked to your neighbors. You told your neighbors, hey, I'm going to be out of town. If you can watch my crib, thank you. Boom, boom, boom. And likewise, they would do the same. You would play with the neighbors' kids. There's still a couple of places you can go around where it's like that, but it's way, way more rare. You don't really see your neighbors like that unless you happen to see them coming home from work. They quickly run in their house, lock their door. You know?
One week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You go to work, you come back. They go to work, they come back. Your kids don't see their kids. Your children don't see their children. Everybody just be going in and out, in and out. And nobody speak to nobody in America. In Africa, you see peace. You see children playing. You see kids playing around. You see families. You see children going from house to house to house to study. Study the Bible, study books.
That's facts. That was how it was, man. We would go to other people's houses, and this is when I lived in Fort Worth, when it was considered dangerous. We go knock on our neighbor's door. They open the door, come in there, give us some food, leave. All good. But that lets you know when the back end of this thing. You know, Matthew 24:12, it says, sin will be rampant everywhere, the iniquity shall abound, and the love of many will grow cold, will wax cold, right? There is no sense of brotherly love here. Neighbors, right? There is no sense of neighbors here, bro. Romans 13:10 says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor, therefore love is fulfilled is the fulfilling of the law. There ain't no love between people that are house to house now. It's just not. Let's just be real. This place is absolutely, positively cooked.
Reading together, solving mathematics, doing homework together in Africa. You see peace everywhere. If not for the constant lights, electricity, if not for the security, and I'll say for the good roads in the US, I will carry my bag and go back to Africa. America is very, very lonely. Very, very lonely. Not a place to live at. Oh, you cannot. Everybody just looking at everybody like a suspect. Nobody want to talk to nobody. Everybody's scared of everybody. You want to you get in trouble because you're talking to somebody. They call the police for you for the slightest. Any small thing, they don't look at you like say you be thief. Why is America like this? It's supposed to be a great country, right? So what's the problem? Why is everybody looking at everybody like you don't want to speak to your own neighbor? You don't want to talk to your own neighbor? You stay in a neighborhood for like 3 months. You don't see your neighbor. The next house don't even speak to you. The next compound look at you like you're a criminal. Like if you talk like one, they look at you like, let me call the police on this man. He's trespassing. Your own neighbor will say you're trespassing. In Africa, it's all love. I'm waiting to hit Mega Million. Once I hit this Mega Million, I'm going back. Once I hit Mega Million, I'm going back to Africa. America is very, very lonely. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody looking at everybody like a suspect. No love. It's a lonely place. I'm telling you.
But you see, it's no love because there's no foundation of trust. That's why when you come together with the brothers, you can leave your wallet on the table. You can trust you to have your kids around because there is a standard that's held and uplifted. And if you break that standard, there's actions and repercussions that will happen, man. But here, in general, around America, it's just lawlessness, man. So you have to protect yourself. You know? You have to protect yourself. And Jeremiah 51:6 says, flee Babylon, save yourselves. And that's how this man is feeling. If I hit the multi-million, I'm out of here. Don't get trapped in her punishment. It is the Lord's time for vengeance. This is in the NLT, by the way. He will repay her in full. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, a cup that made the whole earth drunk. The nations drank Babylon's wine, and it drove them all mad. See, everybody thought that this was going to be some glamorous place of your prosperity and peace. Like he said, you go to Africa, it's just peace. And this is like that in a lot of places, bro. You know? And I'm not talking about sitting on the resort. I'm talking about just the general village, the general town. But in America, man, it's a heightened sense of chaos, confusion. All right? Distrust, disorder. Right? But suddenly Babylon too has fallen. Weep for her, give her medicine, perhaps she can be healed. We would have helped her if we could, but nothing can save her now. Let her go. Abandon her. Return now to your own land, for her punishment reaches to the heavens. It is great. It cannot be measured. Okay? That's the state. That's how we are in this place, man. And it's going to continue to crumble and fall.
Yeah. Listen.
All right. And that's the video. And man, I got to say, bro, you cooked. You cooked because you are absolutely 100% correct. I can attest to this myself, just being a kid that grew up in the 90s and, you know, as a kid.
You know, it's crazy how much has changed just since the 90s. You know, how rapidly a place can fall, how rapidly a place can crumble into decadence and destruction. You know? And we've seen it. We're watching the downfall of one of the most greatest empires, so-called greatest empires in the history of the world. Absolutely finished. And there's no coming back. This place is sealed for judgment. And the people can feel it, right? The people can feel it, right? 2nd Ezra 15, I'm going to finish off on this. 2nd Ezra 15:18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? Point blank period, this is the sentiment. That's why when all hell breaks loose, there is no sense of brotherly love here. People are just going to absolutely destroy one another. That's why we keep saying this brotherhood that we have is valuable, extremely valuable. A group of 10 men that's linked in the mind is a problem in this place because nobody's really linked like that. They ain't. There's no foundation of trust. Okay? But no, I just thought that was an interesting clip. I wanted to play it, put some scriptures up to it that came to mind. I just literally put this together as I watched it, and just those scriptures popped in my head, and so I just wanted to put that out there. But you bros got more to it, please put more scriptures down into the comment board, man. I'm not going to belabor the point. With that being said, man, call hello, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, salutations to Yakim. Out there pushing the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, sincere and true. Shalom.